Right smack dab in the middle of the week, but almost the end of the month. It is Wednesday, the 30th day of August, 2023. I am Dan Kuntz. Beautiful morning, very active day yesterday. Mother Nature threw all kinds of interesting curveballs our way. We had it all, especially last night. Thunder, lightning, rain. It was a dark and stormy night. It is now the calm after the storm. In fact, later on today, we're going to see quite a bit of sunshine. Still a lot of wind as this cold front continues to barrel through, and it will continue to barrel through all day today and into the evening hours. We'll calm down quite a bit on Thursday and Friday, and then not a bad weekend at all. But it was a lot going on yesterday from the weather department. And about 10:30 last night, if you lived anywhere near the Wenatchee Valley, you heard one massive thunderclap. It literally shook my house. It also woke me up, but I was able to fall back asleep. We'll give you all the weather details in just a little bit. We're pretty much done with the rain. Again, we still got the clouds hanging around, a couple of stray raindrops here and there. Outside of that, we're going to see some sunshine this afternoon, but a little wind at times. News, yeah, a lot of that too. Sports, the Mariners, they didn't have Julio Rodriguez. Their starting pitcher was a late scratch. Ty France left the game, our first baseman in the second inning. Something went wrong with him. And they actually lost to Oakland last night. We'll have extended highlights when we get to sports. And two cool features in the back half of the program. Our very own Casey, our latest member of Team Solion, had a chance to interview Brandon Kuntz. He is a firefighter with Wenatchee Valley firefighting groups, the folks here in town. He's going to swim Lake Chelan. Now, last I checked, Lake Chelan is like 50 miles from the bottom to the top, from the bottom to Stehekin. It's like 50 miles. He's going to swim it. It's a fundraiser. Interesting conversation there. And James Pumphrey will be joining me again from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, their annual fundraiser, the Poskers Gala, a play on words like Oscars, only it's the Poskers. It's their big fundraiser. It's coming up on Saturday, the 23rd of September. We'll hear from James once again in the back half of the program. It is 63 degrees as we begin our tour. And I don't know what cameras we're using. We didn't get a chance to preview them. As you look at the Heights camera, I'm going to give you a couple of numbers from yesterday's weather. First of all, our high temperature, this is kind of an anomaly. Our high temperature on Tuesday was 79, which is just fine for late August. But it happened before noon. It was at 11:52 in the morning when we got to our high temperature. Normally we talk about afternoon high temperatures, but we never got warmer than 79 at 11:52 in the morning on Tuesday. Right up until midnight, we had 0.19 inches of rain, and then since midnight, when they hit Control-Alt-Delete, we've had an additional 0.19 inches of rain. So we've had about a third of an inch of rain over the last 24 hours or so, all of it badly needed. Camera 2. Let's take a look at, the good captain hasn't made up his mind yet, apparently. And I have, okay, that's an X-ray. That's what that is. That's the X-ray of my femur. What are we looking at, Captain? I think he's got to move the camera so we can. I have no idea what that is. This is good. This is real good. Whatever it is, it's shaking. My guess is that's a support tower that the camera is sitting on, and he has the camera tilted over, panned over to. There we go. Oh, that's the fire up Nanapoc Ridge, I suppose, up near Lake Wenatchee. That is the Nanapoc Ridge camera. So that is the Nanapoc Ridge fire that crept up yesterday. What is that then? Okay. That's the Nanapoc Ridge camera looking at a fire somewhere in the general Lake Wenatchee area. There. That's the one up at Cole's Corner. It broke out about, lightning caused, broke out about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And they got rain, so it's kind of just sitting there and smoldering. Camera number 3. That's fine. Oh, I love Wednesdays. Oh, beautiful view. That's from the north shore of Lake Chelan, looking out over beautiful Lake Chelan. Yesterday at this time, of course, we had those big, low-hanging clouds. They've kind of parted their ways. But good morning to Lake Chelan as they head into what for them is the end of the tourist season, Labor Day weekend coming up. And camera number 4 is up to Billy Goat. Good morning to our friends at Pateros, Bridgeport, Brewster. Alta Lake is in your lower right-hand corner of your screen. That also is a lot less ominous than it was yesterday at this time. But they still have a chance of rain, a much better chance of rain up in the Omak-Okanagan area than we have down here. And of course, there are a lot of burn scars from previous wildfires over the last decade or so, which could lead to some flash flooding concerns. So they're not out of the woods yet as far as rain is concerned. We just have a slight chance of rain today. And if it happens at all, it's supposed to happen now because it'll be done by noonish or so. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Clouds this morning, sunshine this afternoon. The sun is already beginning to make its presence felt. It is going to be breezy, though. A sustained wind at about 15 miles an hour right now up at Pangbourne. It's a wind out of the northwest at 17, and that's about what it'll be most of the day today. But we will see gusts at 30 miles an hour or so. But sunshine for the balance of the day today. Again, the clouds will be thinning out as the day progresses. Clouds roll back in tonight. Overnight low of about 59. Then we have a weak low pressure system is going to come through Thursday. It's going to brush across our region on Thursday. Going to make us cooler still, only 73. Could even be slightly cooler than that. Very little wind on Thursday, but we also have a better chance of some light rain at times on Thursday. Thursday night, maybe a light raindrop, 58 for the overnight low. And into the weekend we go. Friday, partly sunny, about 82. Around 90 on Saturday, and sunshine for Labor Day weekend. At your forecast, we got the news in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Wednesday edition on the NCW Live channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
We're turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the year. Right now, during the hot summer clearance sale, only at Click It RV. #1 in sales and service. The best RV brands. Over 1,000 to choose from. And the best deals of the year on remaining 2023 model year-end clearance with incredible 30% off. Brand new RVs discounted up to 30%. Save thousands. Plus, no payments until 2024. During the hot summer clearance sale. Now, only at Click It RV. 5 superstore locations. Hurry in today.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
This has been a DOT project.
Okay, how we doing so far? It's live television, folks. We work without a net. It's 63 degrees. It is cloudy, but the clouds will be leaving as the day progresses. We'll have some sunshine and some wind this afternoon, and not a bad-looking Labor Day weekend. It is 9 minutes after the hour. Dalton Scott Potter, that's the man accused of murdering Alyssa Longwell in front of witnesses on a rural road in Douglas County last winter. He now faces trial. They've set a date. It's going to be in October. On Monday, visiting Judge John Nodell set a 2-week trial that'll start on October 23rd. The judge also ruled that Potter's statements to police when he was arrested after the January murder could be admitted at trial. Potter is 28 years old. He allegedly shot and killed the 37-year-old Longwell while the two were driving along Badger Mountain Road. And then he allegedly opened fire on a vehicle with 2 witnesses that were traveling behind their car. He is charged with 13 felonies, including first-degree murder. A Chelan woman who sent leaflets all over Eastmont Junior High School with nude images of a teenager will serve a 6-month jail sentence. 48-year-old Amanda Sue Austin was sentenced in Douglas County Court on Tuesday. She pled guilty to felony harassment, disclosing intimate images, and first-degree criminal trespass. Austin's teenage daughter was involved in a feud with another girl and obtained nude images of her rival. She and Austin then distributed the pictures in photocopied leaflets around the junior high in March of 2022. Judge Brian Huber ordered Austin to serve most of her sentence on work release, but said she must spend 10 days in jail as straight time. A major Douglas County road is now closed to big rigs, vehicles over 10,000 pounds. McNeil Canyon Road, if you're familiar with it, is a winding artery. Big steep curves between Highway 97 and Highway 172. Douglas County closed that route yesterday to heavy trucks due to construction planning and general concern over road conditions. Engineers will now begin planning for a roadway realignment and safety improvements on McNeil Canyon Road. That road has been the site of several serious truck accidents over the years. County commissioners say they may soon adopt a permitting and education process for heavy vehicle drivers who want to use that route. A public hearing on the matter is scheduled for September 19th. For the first time in 4 years, a Wenatchee Valley delegation traveled to Misawa, Japan. The sister city hosted 15 delegates, and the reunion included both Wenatchee Mayor Frank Kuntz and East Wenatchee Mayor Jerry Lee Crawford. The two cities, of course, have been connected since Clyde Pangborn's first nonstop trans-Pacific flight with Hugh Herndon back in October of 1931. Delegations are usually comprised of local dignitaries, Apple Blossom royalty, and students. While there, they will spend time on tours. They'll spend time with families and attending the Misawa Festival. The Wenatchee Valley Misawa Sister City Association said their delegates are going to come from Misawa to the Wenatchee Valley sometime next month. The Chelan County team behind the West Kashmir Bridge received an award yesterday from the Washington County Road Administration Board. Assistant County Engineer Paula Cox and Assistant Public Works Director Josh Patrick, they were named Project Managers of the Year. They received the honor Tuesday morning at the meeting of county commissioners, recognizing their work on the $27 million bridge project that linked Goodwin Road to Highway 2. Cox and Patrick shared project manager duties on that bridge, which opened last summer. Drew Woods, Deputy Director of the County Road Administration Board, said their effort was worth noting.
This had been a DOT project or a larger public agency. They would have had multiple staff members just to do what Paula and Josh did as individuals. And that should be commended, appreciated, and most importantly, recognized, which is why we're here today.
And finally, all dressed up in the same blue matching T-shirts, the faculty and the administration and the staff at Orchard Middle School welcome the kids back. It was the first day of school for the Wenatchee School District yesterday, not only at Orchard, but all over the place. Parents dropped off their students, made sure they coordinated a pickup location, grabbed a photo or two. Friends gathering outside to compare their schedules. Principal Janelle Royster, who had been serving in the same role at Washington Elementary School for the past couple of years, is now the principal at Orchard this year. And we caught up with her during yesterday's opening day of the school year.
Do you guys want a picture together?
We're there. We're ready for them to be here, and really seeing their faces really energizes us as a staff. They bring joy to the building. So the teachers have been prepping for a couple of weeks for their return, and this is why we do this, is when the students show up and we see their faces and they're excited to be here, it energizes our building.
Good morning. You know where you're going? All right. Uh-oh. You know where you're going?
Your first period?
It's a red day.
I actually was at Orchard 3 years ago as the assistant principal and absolutely love the atmosphere and the culture and love middle school kids. So I knew that that transition was perfect for me when the job came open. So the papers are just the school list of students' first period in case they forgot their first period or weren't here for Bulldog Night. We can give them what their first period is and help direct them to where they're supposed to be. You've got Miss Campo, 11. So her class is down at the bottom of the hallway. Okay, so get to the cafeteria first.
Come on.
And there's going to be lots of people in there helping you.
Okay. And you can go. You know where you're going first period? You do? Nice.
This is our Orchard shirt. We wear them every Tuesday. HOPE is our acronym, which stands for Hard Work, Opportunities, Perseverance, and Engagement. And it's really our acronym for student success and student learning. And this is an amazing culture and a building to be in where we care about each individual student and really support them in what they need to be successful.
I went to Orchard back when it was Orchard Junior High. In fact, I spent 7 of the best years of my life at Orchard. And that's the news. At quarter after the hour, the news will come your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 with Grant Olson in the anchor chair. That's on television now, 5, 6, and 10. I can't do 10 fingers. If that doesn't work for you, we will go ahead and pop it up on the internet. You can watch it on our Facebook page, our homepage, or on our YouTube page anytime you want. It's up and running right around 5 o'clock each evening. And if you have a news tip, you got to get a hold of us. That would be the best way to do it. The best way to do it is send us an email at ncwlife.com, but there are other ways to do it, and you can see that at the bottom of your screen. The Mariners' 2 days stay all alone atop the American League West lasted 2 days. Highlights of a difficult loss when we come back with sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Badger Mountain Brewery is your cure for boredom. Jam Night Mondays. Trivia Wednesdays. Live Music Fridays. And Sunday Brunch. There's always something brewing at Badger Mountain, so come join the party.
For the last couple of days, the Mariners have been all by themselves atop the American League West. They are not anymore. They are now tied with Texas and technically tied with Houston. They lost to Oakland last night. The final was 3-1. 44,000 folks on hand, the largest Tuesday attendance of any Mariner game since opening day of 2014. Here you go. Well, there you go. Apparently we forgot to put in the audio. Anyway, they lost. They didn't have Julio Rodriguez. He was a late scratch. He's been having trouble with his left foot, his landing foot. Ty France had to leave the game early on. He has some sort of problem. Of course, our starting pitcher was not well. He didn't look well. They said we can't go. So we were kind of going with a stitched-together lineup, and manager Scott Service said that kind of showed. Anyway, with a stitched-together lineup. So the Mariners are no longer by themselves in first place in the American League West, but they are still in first place. They are now tied with Texas with the identical record, and Houston is just a few percentage points back because they haven't played the exact same number of games. And anyway, today it's Seattle rookie right-hand pitcher Bryce Miller. It is an afternoon game, by the way, at T-Mobile Park. Oakland will counter with Zach Neal, who made his first major league start since 2016 last Friday. Again, the final was Oakland 3, Seattle 1. Okay. Next time, do audio. You want me to call the game, Tucker, or should we just move on? Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the obscure holiday. Or do you want to do today in history? What do you want to do next, Tucker? We'll just wing it. We're going to do the obscure holiday. I could have chosen National Toasted Marshmallow Day. Do you ever get the feeling that the world is a black dinner tuxedo when you're a pair of brown shoes. This is what today is shaping up to be. It's Frankenstein Day, but no, we're going with that. Slinky, Slinky, for fun it's a wonderful toy. Richard T. James was the guy's name. He worked at the shipyards in Philadelphia during World War II, specifically in 1944, 1945, and he was trying to develop springs that would stabilize heavy objects when the ships went out to sea in heavy, choppy waters. He was trying to figure out a way where the cargo wouldn't bounce around. They would have some sort of a buffer like shock absorbers, and he fiddled around with general ideas and couldn't really come up with anything that really worked. But he liked the idea of the slinky. He thought maybe this is kind of cool, and so he made a prototype. He brought it home to his wife Betty. That's what Richard did. Betty said, "This isn't going to work. Kids aren't going to go for this." But he made up some prototypes, just gave them to the neighborhood kids. He did around the neighborhood. He and Betty said, "My husband constructed this thing. What do you think?" The kids loved it. They decided it was great. And Betty changed her mind. They didn't have any money, though, so they took out a $500 loan and made a bunch of slinkies. They made about 400 slinkies with the $500 loan they got from somebody, and they sold them all out. And Slinky was born. How long is a slinky if you stretched it out? Have you ever thought about this? It would be 87 feet long. If you took a slinky and stretched it all the way out so it was one continuous straight piece of wire or plastic, 87 feet long. And I thought they would have sold more than this. They say about 250,000 slinkies have been sold. I thought it would be more than that. And do they even have the metal slinkies anymore? They're all plastic now, right? So, Slinkies, Slinkies, for fun it's a wonderful toy. Happy National Slinky Day today. It's 22 minutes after the hour. Gee, should we do Today in History? Let's do it. If you've ever read the book by Alfred Lansing, it's called Endurance, Shackleton's Incredible Journey. It is the story of the Antarctic expedition that didn't turn out too good in 1915 and 1916. It's an incredible story, one of the best books I've ever read in my youth. I've read it 2 or 3 times. It came to an end on this date, August 30th, 1916, 107 years ago, when Ernest Shackleton completes the rescue of all of his men stranded on Elephant Island in the Antarctica. Of course, it's an amazing story how they crossed huge, vast mass of water on just a put-together lifeboat and was able to sail back and rescue the 30 or so men that were left stranded on Elephant Island. It's an incredible story, much more than I could tell you there, but it finally came to an end. There are the men being rescued by Ernest Shackleton and his crew on August 30th, 1916. An amazing 2-year ordeal finally came to an end. Read the book. It's called Endurance, Shackleton's Incredible Voyage. You will not be disappointed. I think most people have read that book. We've all heard about the hotline, the Moscow to Washington hotline. That's what it actually looks like back in 1963. It went into business on this date 60 years ago today. There's one on each end. On our end, it's at the Pentagon, at the National Military Command Center. They call it MOLINK. You work an 8-hour shift. A non-commissioned officer looks after the equipment. A commissioned officer who has to be fluent in Russian and well-briefed on what's going on in the world is the translator. Messages received in Washington from Moscow automatically carry the highest security classification, which is eyes only, President. The first official use of the hotline by the United States was when JFK was killed on the 22nd day of November 1963. They sent it from Washington, D.C. to Moscow. The first official use by the Soviet Union, sending a message from Moscow to our nation's capital, was on June 5th, 1967, during the outbreak of the Six-Day War. And as you can see, despite what you've seen in books and movies and television and everything, the hotline between Washington and Moscow is not a red phone. It's kind of a fax machine kind of a deal. That's the first one. They have since upgraded their equipment. So you always see the men on the red phone talking about world affairs and what's going on. And no, it was never a red telephone. It looks something like that 60 years ago today. I wonder if they get bored and call each other up. Hello, Ivan. This is Jerry. How are things in Moscow? Probably don't allow to do that. And 56 years ago today, history was made. Thurgood Marshall, the Solicitor General of the United States, is finally, after a long period of time, he was nominated in June by President Johnson, but finally, Thurgood Marshall was confirmed by the United States Senate to become the first African-American justice on the United States Supreme Court. Since Thurgood Marshall retired, we have had one other African-American male justice on the United States Supreme Court. Most of the people who voted no or abstained were senators from the South, to no surprise there. Yeah, we do birthdays now, Captain. Birthdays. That guy, really, really rich. He became an instant billionaire when Berkshire Hathaway, his company, went public. He went from being a multimillionaire to a multi-billionaire in about a day worth of trading. Warren Buffett, one of the most, of course, successful investors in the world. His current net worth as of this morning, $117 billion. That makes him the 7th wealthiest person on the planet. And, of course, he has been pledging, and has been over the last 10 years or so, giving away all of his money. He says he's going to give away 99% of all of his fortune, and he's funneling most of that through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Warren Buffett, who will not take my phone calls. What stock should I buy, Warren? He's 93 years old today. Cameron Diaz is 51 years old today. Happy birthday to Cameron Diaz. She has a bunch of awards on her mantle. And one of the most underrated Seattle Seahawks players ever, Shaun Alexander, of course, was the 2005 MVP of the National Football League, went to the Super Bowl that year. He still holds 10 Seahawks rushing records. Shaun Alexander, talented guy, 46 years old today. Going to take a break. Mike Magnotti has an opinion. And then we have a couple of features for you. You're going to hear from James Pumphrey, again, the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, is specifically talking about their big fundraiser coming up on September 23rd. It's their annual gala. They haven't been able to have it for a couple of years, but Poskers is back. James will talk about that. And our very own Casey had a chance to sit down with Wenatchee Valley firefighter Brandon Kuntz, who's going to swim a lot. And I mean a lot. It's all a fundraiser, those two lengthy conversations. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
This is Grace, and this is her world record-holding guinea pig with an iconic name, Abby.
She currently holds the Guinness World Record for the highest bar jump by a guinea pig. I ride horses and I jump, so I kind of thought it'd be interesting to teach my guinea pig to jump like my horse does.
One day she came out of her room and looked at us, and I said, "Did you get it?" And she said, "Yeah, we got it."
After we won our award, we came to Abby's to celebrate.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Paul Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, a presentation of NCW Towing. The Chelan County Fair returns September 7th through the 10th at the fairgrounds in Cashmere. This year's theme is Let the Good Times Grow, a tribute to the fair's history of celebrating local farmers, ranchers, and 4-H participants as they showcase the very best in crops, livestock, and agricultural products. Plus the Davis Show's carnival, live music, arts and crafts, and all of your favorite fair foods.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, pizza, what a great food. Everybody, kids, old people, even liberals love pizza. I mean, succulent dough, rich spicy spaghetti gravy covered with mozzarella cheese. What could be better? But I got news for you. You don't put fruit on pizza. If you put pineapple on your food, call it a fruit cup a la mode, call it pineapple pie, call it any doggone friggin' you want to, but don't call it pizza. I mean, you don't just put tomato soup and American cheese on a piece of white bread and call it a taco, do you? No. So don't be an idiot. If it's got pineapple on it, it ain't pizza. Okay, that's settled. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's not just my opinion, that's a fact.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Continental Surf Cup at Lakeside Surf. Oh my gosh. Surf competition.
Motion e-bikes is rolling out its new line of Avented e-bikes. Come in today and save $300 on the top-selling Avented Adventure. Motion is Central Washington's home for affordable e-bikes, located in the Mills Brothers building in downtown Wenatchee.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, everybody. Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. We're switching from the cold of winter to the heat of summer. That can put a lot of stress in your HVAC unit.
Yeah, it really can, Dan. I would recommend that you get a maintenance. It can catch any potential problems that you might have during the peak of summer. And it's just a good idea to do on all season changes.
Great idea. Good advice. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Casey Safford and I'm here with Wenatchee firefighter Captain Brandon Kuntz, who on the morning of Friday, September 15th will be embarking on a solo swim across Lake Chelan, which is estimated to be about 50 miles. This swim will be a fundraiser in memory of baby Jacqueline Grace, who passed away 2 days after being born due to hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which hinders the development of the left side of the heart. Donations to the fundraiser can be made at the link on your screen for all the viewers at home. Thank you for being here, Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about how you felt hearing Jacqueline's story and witnessing her parents go through that hardship.
When I first found out about it and we kind of knew that they may lose their child, it just kind of broke my heart. And you really don't know what to do, even if it's a friend or a family member in those situations. I think I just remember giving Joe a hug. And I just thought then, what can I do to help?
Can you tell us about how much money you're trying to raise with this fundraiser and what specifically it's going towards?
My goal is to raise about $10,000, and it goes to Seattle Children's Hospital, and it's called the Seattle Children's Greatest Needs Fund. And as it's explained to me, they have a lot of different funds that exist in Seattle Children's. This is the one where they get to decide where they need the money the most, and I thought that was kind of a great thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
kind of some flexibility to see exactly where it's needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like a great fund for all that money to go towards. And last I checked, you had over $5,600 already raised.
Yeah, we're over $5,000 already, and we still have a few weeks, and the fundraiser will continue through the end of September.
Perfect. Giving people plenty of time to donate. How long have you been training for this swim?
Well, for this swim specifically, I've been training for a good part of the year. I've been thinking about swimming. I've been wanting to swim Lake Chelan for a while, and I thought that this would be perfect. It's a good reason to do it, and gives me something to train for and prepare for. I've been swimming pretty consistently for the last couple of years. The fire department has a rescue swimmer program, and I'm part of that.
Oh, perfect.
And so I do a lot of swimming every week. I swim at the Eastmont Pool in the mornings, and then I will swim. I did a swim in Lake Chelan about a week ago. It was about a 6-mile swim. And then I'll swim in the Columbia River too, because the Columbia River's got cold water, and I want to prepare myself for the cold.
I understand you'll have a safety crew traveling alongside you as well?
Correct. So there'll be a support team. We'll have a motorboat, and then we'll have a kayaker. And so there'll be about 6 people involved with that at all times. I'll have a kayaker with me the whole time that I can communicate with. And then the boat will be there if there's some sort of an emergency and we need to get somewhere faster.
Yeah, that's great. It's great that you've thought of everything, because safety is definitely a priority with something like this. What emotions and feelings are you currently experiencing knowing that the swim is a little over 2 weeks away?
Well, I'm nervous now. I'm nervous and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the challenge. I really enjoy challenging myself with things like this. I've done other kind of events that have been very challenging in my life, and so I'm no stranger to that stress, and just excited for it, really.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared would you say that you feel?
Oh, I'll never say 10. But I'm about a 7 right now. We've got the team is formed. We're communicating right now. And there's some logistics things. There's a lot of logistics that goes into this and planning this event. And I'm trying to do a lot of that right now. So I think as soon as we get through answering some of the questions that we have as a team, that my confidence will bump up from a 7 for sure.
Yeah, well, I always hear 7's a lucky number.
Yeah.
So that's got to help something. It sounds like the only person ever recorded to swim across the entire length of Lake Chelan before was Emily Von Jensen, who completed her swim in 2011 in roughly 36 hours. How do you feel knowing that there's only one record holder who's done this previously, and if you did it faster than 36 hours, you could hold the new record?
Oh, well, first off, I'm not planning on beating her record, and I don't think that I will. She is a phenomenal swimmer. She did Flathead Lake, she's done Lake Chelan, and I've done a little piece of Lake Chelan and a couple small lakes, but I've never done something this big before. I have a schedule that I'm trying to follow. I'm trying to swim 1 mile per hour, so I'm planning on leaving Stehekin in the morning on Friday and arriving sometime in the morning on Sunday in Chelan. That plan's not going to beat her 36-hour time, and that's the plan I'm trying to stick to. So she can keep the record. That's okay. I want to raise $10,000 for this fund.
Yeah, you're racing for a different mission. So I know your wife, Ashley, will be using your Facebook page to update people on your status and location the day of your swim and as all that takes place. But I hear you're also encouraging people to join you in the last fourth to half.
We've been trying to figure out a way to make it so it's not like just me going out and doing this swim and people just give money. Like, I want to try to find a way that maybe brings some people from the community. I mean, maybe some people are emotionally invested in Seattle Children's and that they want to be there, and we want them to be invited. And so the idea that we have right now is that last quarter to half mile out in front of Campbell's, where the lake kind of necks down almost into a river, and there's Riverwalk Park that's kind of like a little loop trail through there. We're inviting people to come and kind of finish that last section with me. We're just kind of hoping they stay behind, and we'll have to figure all the details of that.
Give you a safe distance around you.
But I want people to feel like they're part of this fundraiser, and it's not just my idea, and I want it to be like a team community event.
I'm sure Jacqueline's story will touch so many different people in different ways, and you'll have many supporters coming out to join you in that.
Well, it has already, and we had one person already that donated $1,000.
Wow.
That I just read like this morning. I about fell over.
That's crazy.
And so that's pretty exciting that there's people out there that are that invested in this event. And that just gives me more motivation to go out and get this done.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming out and telling us all about your swim, and we're wishing you all the best of luck, and we're sure that you'll have many, many people there to support you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food. freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
The family at the Eplodolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Eplodolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Eplodolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Eplodolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour. Welcome back to the program. Every year, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society holds a traditional fundraiser, a big gathering, a big party, if you will. But for the last couple of years, it hasn't happened for any number of reasons. It's back this year on Saturday, September 23rd. It's called Poscars. It's a play on the Oscar Awards. James Pumphrey is the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. You're not going to get in trouble with the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences for stealing their name, are you?
I hope not.
When we throw the slide up, keep in mind that that is photoshopped. Dogs and cats do not wear tuxedos, but it is kind of cute.
It is cute, yes.
I like that. Yeah. It's back. You haven't had this in a while.
We haven't had it in a while, and we're really excited. It is our major fundraiser of the year, so it's a way for us to celebrate the good work of the Humane Society, celebrate our donors and our supporters, and highlight some humane heroes within our community that have really been supporting animals. Usually it's annually, but we're looking back in time and celebrating those folks that have helped us through the pandemic and get us back on our feet. And we're really excited. There will be good food, wine, some silent and live auction, as well as some champagne and just
dinner.
a good time and dinner. Yes,
yep.
Yes.
And you brought in Jesse Shapiro, and if you go, who's that guy? This guy, I know this guy because I went to a David Letterman taping when David was still doing his show, and he was the warm-up guy. He came up and warmed up the crowd before David came on board. Very funny, very energetic. You got a good auctioneer.
We're excited about Jesse joining the gala this year. So and hopefully for years to come, I think Jesse's going to be the right fit for us. So
talk about getting this thing launched again. Again, I was the MC for this for any number of years. A long time ago. Always a great time, always a lot of fun. Some things just have a natural shelf life. Maybe it was a good idea that you step back for 2 or 3 years and not do it, and then bring it back with some new ideas and new people and talent and stuff like that.
Yeah, getting sponsorships is really key. That helps to underwrite the gala itself, so that we can raise money for the Humane Society and our programs. We have the live and silent auction that's the fundraising component of the gala itself, and then our sponsors are really the ones that are helping to cover the cost of operating the gala.
My guess is it's not too hard to get people to donate stuff when you're talking about the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Hey, we have our big gala coming up on September 23rd. Can you donate some goods or services to help us out? My guess is that's not that hard of a sell.
We're very lucky to have a lot of supporters within the community and a lot of businesses that see the value of the Humane Society in our programs, and we're really grateful for their support. JBE Marketing has been partnering with us to hold the gala, and they're also one of our major sponsors. And
not surprised from Jennifer doing that, and no surprise there. Yeah.
And just seeing the community respond in this way to recognize the work that the Humane Society is doing to support pets and people, and that's really what we're looking for to message. The people within our community who own pets need the Humane Society. They need the pet pantry, the foster care when needed, and then also the shelter itself to support animals that people might need to give up. So we're really lucky to have a very supportive community.
And you brought up something very important. We've talked about this before. There are people out there, there are success stories. They are great animal people. When they take in a dog or a cat for their permanent home, the dog and cat is safe, it's taken care of, it's well fed, it's getting its shots, it's going to live a long and healthy and happy life and be a part of the family. And they were able to do that even though they couldn't afford it because, gee, I can't afford to take the dog or cat to the vet, can't afford dog food, can't afford cat food, all that stuff. And there's ways around that. If you're a good person who can give a dog or a cat a good home, one way or the other, it's gonna work out, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and that's one of the issues that we're trying to resolve is that where there is human suffering, there is also typically animal suffering. And how can we be proactive to prevent that? How do we provide the resources like affordable veterinary care and accessible veterinary care or behavioral resources, as well as just pet supplies. If we can help you get over a hump or a time of need and get you back on your feet, most people need help at some point in their lives, and we want to keep pets and people together.
But you've talked about this before, and you were not taking this job if the Wenatchee Valley did not have a reputation for being real good about animals, and we do for the most part.
Yes.
There's always there's always trouble spots. We know that, but for the most part, this area, when it comes to taking care of our four-legged friends, has a pretty good track record, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and I think that detailed by the sponsorships of the businesses within our community, and then just you go to some of our sponsors. You go to Earthwise or Firehouse on the weekends, and it's a bustling place. It really articulates that this is a pet-loving and pet-owning community.
And if you're a pet, this is a pretty good place to live. It's a good place to live for people as well, but pets as well. Let's talk about sponsorships. There's still some available now. The big thing is is on September 23rd, so we're bumping up against some deadlines. But if you're willing to write James a big fat check, there's all kinds of cool stuff for you to be a sponsor. So before we get into selling tickets, let's get some sponsors on board. You can thank some that are already existing if you want, and maybe get a few more people to help out and sponsor some tables and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we have tables available, so people can buy tables of 10, so 10 tickets for $1,000. We also have our gold level sponsor as well as our platinum level sponsor. All of that's available on our website. They can click on the front banner, WenatcheeHumane.org, and then click on the Gala 23, and that will take them right to the ticket sales as well as the sponsorship sales. And we do have a number of gold level sponsors that I would love to highlight.
Please do.
Yeah, Cascade Auto or
Steve and Jane. There you go. Again, just like Jennifer, they're going to step up to the plate.
Yeah, pet-loving folks, and really recognizing by supporting the Humane Society, they're really supporting their customers too, because their customers are pet-loving. Earthwise Pets, Pat Armstrong Ford, Pipkin Construction, 11 Residential, and JBE Marketing, and then North 40.
Again, it's so much easier for these businesses and individuals to say no than it is to say yes, but they choose to say yes and make it happen. And if you want to help sponsor a table, you mentioned the table of 10 for $4,000.
For $1,000.
For $1,000. I'm sorry,
Yep.
a little much. Maybe you should charge $4,000. You get together with 9 of your coworkers, whether you work at a big place or a small place. You got 9 coworkers. Everybody chips in. You get to sit around with people you know and have a good time. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun evening, and we think it's going to be something that people can enjoy together with their coworkers or their friends and family. It's a good time to connect with their community and community of folks that share their values of supporting pets and people.
Are you going to bring a few dogs with you for the big thing? Or
we have some surprises worked in. So yes, we're going to have some dogs and cats available.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Every dog and cat, every animal, horse, chicken, duck-billed platypus, I don't care, so long as it's somewhat domesticated, deserves a home, which is why we have the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society and the great work that they do. Again, it is Saturday, September 23rd. It is called Poscars. I got to make sure I get that right. And it says awards gala, so you're going to be handing out some hardware too, right? Some important people.
We have some humane heroes in our community that we're going to highlight and speak to as to their good work, and also include some animals in that as well. How the Humane Society have helped to impact the lives of animals within our community.
They're a 501(c), which means they're entirely nonprofit. you know, they can only spend what they can take in, and this is where you come in on Saturday, September 23rd. And again, WenatcheeHumane.org. It's right on the very top of the page. You can't miss it. And James, thanks for coming in, buddy. I know you're busy.
Thank you for having me.
Here's hoping you get real bored real quick, but I have a feeling that ain't going to happen, buddy. Oh, well. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
Have you been to Boswell's Furniture lately?
Yes, Boswell's has an expansive 2-story showroom filled with so many great choices for our living room, dining room, and bedroom.
Did you know that Boswell sells directly from their store inventory, so we wouldn't have to wait to get our new furniture?
Yes, plus Boswell's has free local delivery and complimentary design service to help us with the layout and fabric choices.
No waiting and amazing customer service. I mean, why would we go anywhere else?
Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
All right, 52 minutes after the hour here on this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and a classic episode it has been. We do have some time, and we have some pretty cool cameras, and a lot of people, when I'm out and about, they say, man, we really like it when you fired up those PTZ cameras and show us those spectacular views. Before we get into that, just a heads up, if you have, if Localtel is your cable provider, Channel 99 is a continuous channel. It runs 24/7, 365, and about every minute or so it switches from one camera to another automatically. It has QR codes for the latest headlines. It takes you to our news page and our app. Even tells you the temperature and all that cool stuff, and it's got some pretty good music laying underneath it. So you might want to check it out. Channel 99 for Localtel cable subscribers. Either unencrypted in Chelan County or on your set-top box in Chelan or Douglas counties. Check it out, Channel 99. It's basically our PTZ camera channel, and that would be something that you would see, something like that, the Wenatchee Heights camera. And the clouds are already beginning to thin out, and it looks like the weather forecast from the National Weather Service is going to be spot on. It was yesterday, although we did get a lot more rain in the evening hours than was originally anticipated. In case you missed it at the beginning of the show, during the day yesterday up to midnight, and when they get to midnight, of course, they start all over again with the daily rain. So we had 0.19 inches of rain up to midnight on Tuesday the 29th, and then since midnight to now, we've had an additional 0.19 inches of rain. So you add up the rain from yesterday and the rain we had so far overnight tonight, and for the most part, we're done with the rain here in the valley. We've had over a third of an inch of rain, which is fine. We needed it. We could use a little more, and we may have a little more. As a matter of fact, on Thursday and Thursday night, we shall see. There's the Wenatchee Heights camera. Let's see where we're visiting. We might be using the same cameras we did at the top of the hour, and we're off to that fire. That's in the Lake Wenatchee area. The camera is the Nanapoc Ridge camera. It's shooting across, I believe that's above Winton, and it looks like it's just kind of sitting there, really not doing much of anything. We did have some pretty nasty air at times yesterday, but we had the lightning in the early morning hours yesterday, with no rain associated with it. We had all that active weather last night with lightning and some significant rain. So hopefully nothing really big develops out of that. It's just a little quiet little fire burning above Winton in the Lake Wenatchee Coles Corner area. That view that you're looking at is from our Nanapoc Ridge camera. Camera number 3. Camera number 3 is up to beautiful Lake Chelan, and the clouds have already begun to thin out up there. Is it me, or does the lake look incredibly blue from that? That's our Union Valley camera. That's what we call it, the Union Valley camera. That's high up the north slope of Lake Chelan, looking out towards the south slope. I think you can almost make out the state park there. That is zoomed out quite a bit. Beautiful view from our Union Valley camera looking back towards the Wenatchee Valley. And it looks like the clouds are beginning to thin out. Have a good Labor Day weekend up there, Lake Chelan, the traditional end of the tourist season. But as long as the weather's nice, people will still come. And finally, camera 4. Up to Billy Goat we go. And things are a few more clouds up there. And there is a little concern about moderate to heavy rainfall may result in some minor flooding up there. Mudslides, rock slides, near burn scars or really steep terrain that doesn't have a lot of plants or trees to hold the soil to the ground. And that is a concern to the north of us, not much down here. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we will give you your weather forecast in detail right through Labor Day weekend. That's right around the corner. You're watching a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel. Oh, I guess we're back.
Experience memories that will last forever on a Sunchaser pontoon boat from Bob File Boats and Motors. If you're looking to get out fishing with your buddies or just enjoying time on the water with friends, a Sunchaser pontoon boat is a great choice. Owning a Sunchaser is more than just an incredible feeling of freedom and exhilaration. It's about taking that indulgence to the next level. See the full line of Sunchaser pontoon boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Slide ready to go?
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee provides financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their futures. Whether it's helping construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, they start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. An individualized approach is rooted in the values, stability, and strength their company was founded on in 1935. With offices coast to coast and personal attention you deserve right here in the Wenatchee Valley, learn more about D.A. Davidson.
Okay, we are back. If you've been following the weather, you notice that the system that gave us all that weather yesterday, and we had a weather smorgasbord, came down from the southwest and moved up to the northeast, which means there are some sections of our viewing area that aren't out of the woods quite yet. They could be dealing with some flash flood risks as we show you this slide from the National Weather Service. And that includes, even though it says Ponderay, Ferry, Stevens counties could have some minor flooding or even moderate flooding for that matter. That also includes the Omak-Okanagan area as well. They're not out of the woods yet. They could still get some rain. You just saw the Billy Goat camera. So if that chance does develop, there could be some areas with poor drainage and stuff like that that could see some minor flooding. We didn't really have any here in the Wenatchee Valley, but we woke up to wet streets this morning, did we not? From the National Weather Service, here we go. One more time. As the day progresses, the sun will be coming out. It would be breezy today. Most of the day today, the wind will be picking up. Sustained winds around 15 miles an hour, but gusts up to 30 in some locations throughout the course of the day today, and cooler than normal. High of only about 79. Slight chance of showers tonight because a low pressure system, a weak one, is going to brush across our region just a little bit, and that means we are going to see a chance of showers on Thursday, probably tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, we should be done with the rain if this timeline works out, and we'll top off at about 73, 58 for the overnight low. Mixture of clouds and sun on Friday and Saturday, but we start warming up big time. And then another weather system with windy conditions is expected to roll in Sunday night into Monday. We'll cool right back down again for Labor Day. And that is it for us. Have a great Wednesday. We hope to see you tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.